So there's lots of reports in the media, and there's lots of media articles being written saying, when is Corbyn going to table his vote of no confidence? And right now, American people who are watching are going, hold on a minute, we just had a vote of no confidence. Well, that was a Tory vote of no confidence to start a leadership challenge, which Theresa May won, but it was a bad thing, as I explained in the video the other day. It was a bad win. Somebody just mentioned that picture. I love that picture of Corbyn. He's not going to table a vote of no confidence at the moment. Now, he can table a vote of no confidence in the government, and if they lose, what happens is the first option is, can another government be formed? Now, the Tories can't form a government because the Liberal Democrats obviously won't join them because of the travesty that happened last time. The SNP obviously hate the Tories, so they will never join with the Tories. And they're the only two people that could join with the Tories to actually form a government. So then you go to the second option. The second option is, well, Labour, SNP could join with Labour, and that will give them enough seats to get over the 325 line or whatever it is to form the government. If you can't do it with this SNP, I think it might be close actually. He might need the help of another party, but they can form a coalition. This is why when he tables that vote of no confidence, he has to win. He has to win. And at the moment, the DUP still support Theresa May. They won't after that vote comes in and it's voted down, but they will continue to do it until it comes. He has to wait, as I said in the video the other day, he has to wait until he knows that he's going to win, and that time is when she brings her Brexit paper back from the EU. Now, she's been over there today, and the word nebulous has been thrown around a lot because it is a perfect way to describe her. Nebulous does mean, vague. It doesn't get more vague a statement than Brexit means Brexit, and that's the term that she coined. So she's going to come back. Whatever concession she has is not going to push this paper through. And then if it goes to Parliament, gets voted down, the minute that's happened, then he'll put through his vote of no confidence. Now, people have been saying to me, well, that can't be right because the SNP and Plaid Cymru, I think, were saying it to him, and some members of his own Labour Party, and they have been pushing him to table his vote of no confidence now. To the people who have been asking me this question, the reason they are doing that is quite obvious, because back in the Labour Party conference in, I think it was September, was it? Or October? It might have been September. You may remember that there was a push to put a people's vote on in the manifesto. And what they ended up deciding was we would push for a people's vote or a second referendum if and when we can't get either a general election or into government. If it becomes apparent that we can't get a general election, then we'll push for a second referendum. Now, obviously, if he tables the vote now and loses, he's pretty much lost that card to play. So these people who are telling him now he should put his no confidence vote in now, you have to question their motives for doing so. Because if he does it now, he's playing right into their hands. And this is something that I don't think many people have really quite got. You have to understand people's motives always in this. And I mentioned there, I mentioned second referendum, and I just want to bring this clip up because I saw this the other day, and this is from somebody I deeply respect immensely, George Galloway, and this is his opinion on a second referendum, and it's glorious. Enjoy this if you haven't seen it already.
Personally, I'm strongly in favour of Brexit, even more than I was when I was one of the leaders of the campaign for it. And there's no evidence that anything other than 1 or 2% on either side, either way, would change their view.
Just a point there. He's absolutely right, as George Galloway pretty much always is. The polling is almost exactly the same as it was pre-referendum 2016, and his response here to people calling for a second referendum. Honestly, there are comedians up and down the country who are kicking themselves, who should hanging their head in shame that they didn't think of it. Take it away, George. Take a bow, because this is brilliant.
So if you had another referendum, you'd get another narrow result. If my side lost, I'll be demanding a third referendum. If their side lost, you can be sure they'll blame it on the Russians.
It's funny because it's true. Yes, so there you go. That's why Jeremy Corbyn won't table his vote of no confidence now, and why you shouldn't listen to those who are pushing for him to do it, because they're only doing it to actually serve their own ends, not to actually get a Corbyn government and to bring down the Tories. If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and click the bell below so you get a notification of when I drop further videos. Independent voices like mine, I'm sure you're aware by now, are being censored across all social media platforms, so please like and comment on the videos. That really does help the channel out, and share the videos wherever you can to grow the audience. If you can, please support me on Patreon. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. I cannot do this without your help. I rely on your donations. Thanks very much for your support. It really is appreciated. Until next time, peace and take care.